Hey, what is going on, everybody? So honestly, that was one of the best games I've seen from the Packers in a long time, especially with the ending that came out there at the end, like winning on that game-winning field goal with Mason Crosby just coming in clutch. I mean, there's not much more I could have asked for from that game. That was just all around an amazing game, especially that ending. When the 49ers were driving down the field, they have that little pass to use check where he's like at the 1 yard line. The second he caught that, maybe you guys were like this too. I was like, please get in the end zone. Please get in the end zone. Please get in the end zone. Because if he wouldn't have gotten in the end zone, the 49ers would have been there at like the 1 yard line. Probably would have let time like run down the clock and then just probably run the ball in, giving Aaron Rodgers like 4 seconds. So I'm so happy. Thank you so much, 49ers, for getting in the end zone, getting Aaron Rodgers some time to come in here and do what he does best. Come in there, clutch. Mason Crosby coming in, boom, field goal made. Beautiful. Just so beautiful. Such a beautiful game for the Packers. I saw this one funny something on Bleacher Report. This one Packers fan was at the game, and it was like a picture where like the 49ers fans are celebrating, and the guy said like he left too much time on the clock, something like that. So they definitely left too much time on the clock for Aaron Rodgers. But honestly, I'm excited. The Packers are now 2-1. And there's so many awesome things, great things I think to take away from this game overall, like on both sides of the ball, from the offense, from the defense as well. And so I'm going to go through some of those things in this video. And if you guys have yet to subscribe, you want to see more Packers content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel down below. So first off, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, if we didn't have Aaron Rodgers, that probably doesn't happen, coming in clutch with however many seconds were left on the clock, 30-something seconds left on the clock, driving down the field, perfect, clock management, game management. Aaron Rodgers just balled out completely in that game. We take a look at Rodgers' stats in this one. 23 of 33, 261 yards, 2 touchdowns, 113.3 rating. And after that week 1 game versus the Saints where he played terribly as the entire Packers team did, there were so many people saying like Aaron Rodgers is done. His little spectacle, everything that happened in the offseason is sort of making him play poorly. There are even the conspiracies that Aaron Rodgers is trying to throw games for the Packers. And he came in here last night and showed you that's just not true. That's just not true. He still has it. He still is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. There's no question about that. And overall, this Packers team, honestly, I'm very excited about this Packers team from what we saw last night. From the O-line, taking a look at the O-line, of course, that was one of my worries coming into this game. With Elton Jenkins being out, already our second left tackle, having to bring in Josh Nijman, who I wasn't too sure how he would do there on the outside against Nick Bosa. I know lots of you guys in the comments were saying, oh no, we're doomed, with Nick Bosa on there, the outside, with our third left tackle out there, we're going to have some issues. And actually in this game, Nick Bosa had a solid 0 sacks. 0 sacks against a guy who barely has any experience for the Packers. He came in here, Josh Nijman, and played a great game. And this Packers offensive line overall played a great game. We only allowed 1 sack to that stacked 49ers defensive line. So overall, the fact that the Packers offensive line, missing David Bakhtiari, missing Elton Jenkins, our 2 best players on the offensive line, and we're able to come in here with 2 rookies, Josh Myers and Royce Newman, a new guy over there at left tackle. I mean, honestly, great play from the offensive line. And just imagine this. We were missing Elton Jenkins and David Bakhtiari. So imagine what happens when Elton Jenkins is back. Imagine what happens when David Bakhtiari is back in the next, 4 to 6 weeks. Hopefully, he'll be back. So, I mean, the Packers were able to do that without some of their best players. So, that's obviously great to see. And then we were able to get the running game going. That was a question, too. Could the Packers get the running game going in week 1 against the Saints? That was probably one of the reasons for the Packers' ability to not be able to do anything in that game. But this game, we did average 4 yards per carry, which is pretty solid. And we had 100 yards rushing overall. So, a pretty solid game overall from this offense. And then Davante Adams, I just have to touch on that. At the end of the game there, he gets smacked so hard that should have been a penalty. And then he, falls down to the ground. To me, it looked like a bad concussion. But then after the game, they were saying that apparently he just got he just had trouble breathing for some reason. So he was able to come in 2 plays later. And, I mean, that's just crazy. The fact that he was able to come back right after that hit. And then, honestly, the thing that excited me the most from this game, the biggest question for this Packers team has been our defense, as most people know. Joe Barry has been getting some heat after the pass. I mean, especially after week 1, when it's your first game in the NFL, not the NFL, first game as the new defensive coordinator for the Packers, and you come in and allow the other team to score 38 points, it makes sense that people came in and were like, oh no, was this the right move? Should we have kept Mike Pettin? But after this game, the Packers defense looked pretty solid. In this one, we were able to sack Jimmy Garoppolo 3 times in this game, more times than the 49ers were able to get to Aaron Rodgers. If you would have said that happened before the game, I would not have believed you. But obviously, this Packers defense is progressing, and we are without Zadarius Smith at this time. So the fact that the Packers are doing what they did last night without some of their best players on the offense and the defense as well, I think it gives us lots of reasons to hope, coming into later parts of the season when hopefully everyone is healthy and hopefully everyone is back. And then here's a big thing the Packers defense did in this game. So coming in, I talked about in the prediction video, remembering that 2019 game where Raheem Mostert ran for 200 yards against us in the NFC Championship game. And I was worried that, this 49ers rushing attack, was going to have a great game in this one, just because we've seen the defensive line struggle in the first couple games of the season, and it's definitely been one of our weaknesses. But in this game, we held the 49ers to 67 rushing yards on 3.2 yards per carry. So they got yet less yards per carry than us rushing. So the fact that happened, huge game for this defensive line, huge game for this defense. And honestly, just to see that, the Packers' ability to stop this team, who has been pretty good at running the ball in the past. They are dealing with lots of injuries. But still, the fact that we were able to do that, awesome. And then the Packers D got 11 QB hits and 3 sacks in this game, and that's without Zadarius Smith. So the fact that the Packers were able to dial up the pressures they did and do what they were able to do against this 49ers offense, I think just gives us lots of hope, because if we have the Packers offense playing as well as they did, and then we're able to start getting pressure, we're able to start stopping the run. This Packers team last night looked solid, I'd say mostly all around. It was a really close game, and we did start off 17-0, and then it was just sort of unfortunate. They returned that one kick near the end of the second half or first half for 50 or 60 yards, which allowed them to go in there and score. And then, of course, they come in and score to start the second half. So the game got a lot closer pretty quickly. But the Packers defense was able to hold up. Most of the game. Obviously, they scored there in the end, which, as I said, I was sort of happy. The second he caught that ball, they actually did score. So I think there's lots of, positives, tons of positives for the Packers defense. We stopped the run. We were able to get pressure on the quarterback. And, Jair Alexander came in there with an interception. So especially if this defense can start to get more turnovers, get the ball in Aaron Rodgers' hands, give the ball to this offense more often. This team is going to be hard to stop no matter who you are, because I think, at least for me in the first couple games of the season, with the defense struggling, it's like, okay, we know we have Aaron Rodgers. We know this offense can put up points. But if this defense isn't able to come in here and, stop opposing teams, and they're just running all over us, that's going to take, time off the clock for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers offense. It's going to, just allow them to control games if the other team is just completely able to run all over us. So honestly, I'd say the thing that I was most excited about from this game was our ability to stop the run and was our ability to get pressure on the quarterback with Jimmy Garoppolo. Because the more we do that, the more picks we'll get. There honestly probably should have been one more pick. I think there was a play where Davante Campbell almost intercepted a pass. And honestly, also, Davante Campbell, such a great signing by the Packers this offseason, because he's just flying around out there. Like little quick passes out to the outside. He's just there right away tackling. He's a great tackler. What a great pickup for this Packers team. We also were without Chris Barnes a good amount of that game, because I think he got a concussion, I'm pretty sure. But he was out for lots of that game as well. We were without Kevin King in this game. And, of course, Eric Stokes, got to play a majority of this game. I'm curious to see, the stats from PFF to see, how many receptions he allowed, because he played pretty solid overall. I think he had a few defensive pass interferences, maybe a couple plays that they got by him. But I'm curious to see sort of exactly what he allowed in this one. But to end this one, all I can say is, wow, what a game. What a clutch kick by Mason Crosby. I went crazy when that happened. If you guys saw that reaction video to what happened live, that was crazy. You guys are probably screaming too, but what a game. I'm excited for next week now. We got to win. Another win, back-to-back wins. I'm pumped, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you guys want to see more Packers content. Go Pack, go, baby.